That's cool. That's the thing right there, and then it's saying hold.
Jeff Gordon wins his 23rd. Jeff Gordon comes down and wins consecutive road course race. Nice road course win extending the all-time record for Jeff Gordon. Chevrolet. It is the fifth win here for Bob Patriot. And the road right there. Road course checkered flag. He's pretty damn good. I mean, he's just, he's old though. I like picking on him, He's always picked on me. From the very first time I came to this sport, we always, had a pretty good relationship of having fun with each other, and then it got out of hand. But he's done a tremendous amount for our sport. He is definitely a badass on the racetrack. And when he gets out, you would think he was that little. He drives like he's a monster, and then he gets out, he's a little guy.
It's kind of surprising to see that he's retiring, just because he's still one of the best there is. I think it's really cool that he's gonna, he wants to go out on top, so to speak. I think that's a good thing, But I think for a lot of people, it's, they're gonna miss it. The sport's gonna miss it because he's such a great driver. He's still one of the guys to beat every week. Guys like him are really what NASCAR is all about.
He's a guy that I just grew up watching. He was the man to me. My dad told me stories about when he was 14 at the World of Outlaws event, not even tall enough to really sit in the seat. He was sitting on phone books, and he'd get in a World of Outlaws sprint car and go out there and whoop all the big guys, the Steve Kinzers and Swindells and those guys. So Jeff Gordon just was a guy that I grew up watching, I loved, and honestly I feel like I've been so fortunate enough to be able to race against him and call him as a friend on and off the racetrack.
He's a great guy. He's a great driver too, and our backgrounds were pretty similar. He grew up in Vallejo, I was in Sacramento, and made our start on dirt tracks. I followed his path because he went to Indiana. And we ran midget and sprint cars and stuff like that. Jeff definitely paved the road for the dirt guys. Without him,
he's brought a lot of things to our sport. He opened doors for guys like myself, guys from the Midwest that are there racing in the Midwest and they're not classic stock car guys. It makes me feel really old because I hadn't watched his career. I was reading stock car magazines and stuff when he broke into the sport, and I watched the entire career and thinking of him retiring. It seems to me like he's just in the prime. I admire him for being able to do that, but he's a very tough competitor, a good spokesperson for the sport. I think he basically changed the face of the sport.
I don't think that consistently over the 16, 17 years that I've been a part of the Cup Series that I've seen anybody that has had that level of determination and drive to be that consistent at that level. And he's been competitive every year. He may not have won a race a couple of those years, but he was a contender to win a race every year, multiple tracks. But it's more than just what he's done on the track. There's so much stuff off the track he's done to not only promote himself and his foundation, but the whole sport. And he helped raise the bar for what people thought of our sport in general.
Jeff, I think is the face of our sport. He's been here for a long time. He's won a lot of races and championships, and there's nobody better than Jeff Gordon for the sport. So he's kind of the whole package. When I started watching NASCAR, I thought of Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt, and certainly as it went on, Jeff is the guy who's been around the longest right now and has had a ton of success. So he's just the guy you kind of look at.